Good morning, students. Today I am going to tell you about notice writing. It is a very popular way of communicating an important piece of information to a particular person or to many persons for specific purposes, whether they are just related to institution or personal or anyway. It includes some words that are specifically used to narrate or communicate the ideas with brief writing. Means, if you want to communicate something in a very certain manner, in short, to one or many, this is the popular means of communication. It may be official, it may be formal, it may be informal. But in most of the cases, this is quite informal, quite formal in many ways. Here I have tried to tell you what is a notice. It is a formal means of communication. What is its purpose? To announce or display information to a specific group of people, to be pinned up on a specific display boards in schools, public places, newspapers, etc. What are the important contents? First of all, name of the organization issuing the notice that must be written. The title notice word should be mentioned imperatively. Moreover, catchy heading to introduce the subject. The date of the notice must be mentioned. Body of the notice should be written. Writer's signature, name in capitals. That designation should be written so that who is authorized to write the notice, that could be easily conveyed to everyone. Here it is the format in a glance that you can feel. If it is an institution issuing authority, agency, that you can write New Era High School, DAV Public School, or any school or any agency. Then date and day you can also mention, or day you can leave. So that 19th May 2021 or 2016, something like that. Here, after writing notice word, you should mention the subject. That subject word should not be mentioned. It should be catchy and bold so that everyone can see to it at a glance. Then you should write the body of the notice. In this very thing, you can mention reasons for writing the notice, relevant event and occasion, information about date, time, venue, place can also be mentioned in a very good way, mannered way. Then signature of the authority, name and designation must be specifically written. These matters must be written very clearly. Here, please pay attention to the next slide that bears a sample of a notice with all necessary instructions that are indicated with the help of an arrow. Here, please note it down, the same in your notebook. This is the question You must write you are the cultural committee secretary of your school. Your school is organizing an inter-house English debate competition. Write a notice to be put up on a school notice board inviting the names of participants for the same. Now you can write what is that? Issuing authority, name of school, Ashok Hall Girls Residential School, Majkhali, Almora. You can write any school name. Heading notice, date April 8, 2018. Subject that should be written, inter-house English debate competitions. Now content of the notice. All the students and house coordinators are hereby informed that our school is organizing an inter-house English debate competition for classes 9 to 12 on April 28, 2018. All the house captains, coordinators are requested to finalize 2 students from their respective houses and submit the names to the cultural committee latest by 21st April 2018. For further details, contact the undersigned. Your signature should be there, your full name and your designation as the Secretary Cultural Committee. So it is the complete information. The word limitation is also just followed and everything is well maintained. Again, I would like to tell you that while you are writing notice, must note it down that there are 5 W's, 5 words. 5, what is that? What is going to happen? Means the event, where it will take place, means the venue, when it will take place, means date and time, who can benefit from the information, or whom to contact for essential information regarding the notice. These 5 W's are quite essential to be written so that the notice should not be incomplete. The things that must be kept in mind while writing. This notice should be written in passive voice. It must be presented within a box. Word limitation should be 40 to 50. Only words in body is counted. Means information given must be clearly mentioned. It should not cause any kind of confusion or misunderstanding. Catchy, appealing, there should be. Attract attention at once. Bold letters, catchy slogans, striking words or phrases are the main features of the lesson, of this very notice writing. So please pay attention to this one. You are secretary of the History Club of Vidya Mandir School. Draft a notice in not more than 50 words informing students of a proposed visit to some important historical location from your school city. Means to your school city that you can mention it. It is the question that answer must be done. It is a question asked in Delhi in 2009. A Vidya Mandir History Club notice you can write. A date you can give 22nd September. That is the topic, visit historical sites. Members of the club are hereby informed of a proposed educational visit to a few important historical sites in our city, which is likely to be scheduled between the 28th and the 30th of September. Interested members are required to pay. How much you can add it? Okay, rupees 550 or something. That includes transport and snacks during the 0 periods to the undersigned by the 25th of September. In this way, you have given the short information very categorically, mentioning how much money is required, where it will go, what is its purpose, by which date you can submit money, who can be selected, and certain things that are essential for such notice. Now it is question number 3. So here you can, as a sports secretary of GDG Public School, Pune, draft notice in not more than 50 words for a school notice board informing the students about the sale of old sports goods of a school. You are Rohini or Rohit. This question is also asked in Delhi Board 2010. GDG Public School, Pune notice, and then you can write the date. You can mention sale of old spoils goods. The students are hereby informed that our school is organizing a sale of its old sports goods like cricket, bats, badminton and lawn teams, racket, yes, footballs, cricket and football gear, etc. in P room on 2001 August, yes, to 1 August 2000 something. You can mention those interested in purchasing these things can visit the P room on the assigned date during their fee periods or recess time. You can mention any time that is specifically required. That who is this, who is the writer, Rohit, sports secretary. That you can mention all these things. One more question I have just inserted here. DP Public School, Nagpur notice. Bring in your articles and sketches. Yes, 29th, that you can write. Any date that is mentioned. Students of all classes are hereby invited to submit the articles and sketches for the school magazine to the undersigned latest by 6th of August in room number 102 during the B period. Here, please ensure that your articles are neat and legible and your sketches are clearly drawn. So, who is the writer? Srinidhi. If it is the question, then you can answer in this way. One more question is there. You are Secretary of JP Narayan Housing Society RWA Meerut. Draft notice in not more than 50 words stating that the second installment of maintenance charges falls due on 31st March something and requesting the members to pay before the due date. Sign as Anil or Ankita. That question has also been asked in 2011. It is only a question of 3 marks, so you must be careful in writing. JP Narayan Housing Society Meerut notice. All members of the Residents Association Welfare Association are hereby informed that the payment of the second installment of maintenance charges is due on 31st March 2011 or any date you can mention. Please pay before the due date to avoid late payment charges. You are reminded that the amount of the same is this much, any rupees that you can say that Anil Secretary RWA. Means here you can mention the amount that is due to be paid. Certainly you can understand there are several kinds of notices lost and found or any cultural notice that you can mention for sale, for just anything that you have to describe about the annual sports, blood donation camp or health and education, about the one act, participation of children. So you can understand it and write it in a much better way, looking at such examples and understanding it. Thank you, children. Thank you.